Welcome to the future where AI systems take over. I'm Josh and I built this AI workflow in n8n that enables you to instantly generate and upload YouTube videos using the JSON to video workflow, as well as basic LLMs such as ChatGPT's OpenAI or Google's Gemini. This agent is able to generate and upload videos such as the ones on this channel right here, Stoic Evolution, with 191,000 subscribers, where it's basically just a static video with a narration on top of it, or this one, Absolute Motivation, which is basically the exact same thing, and it has 1.5 million subscribers. The possibilities are endless with the advancements of AI, so I created an AI Skool community where I'll be dropping all the templates and resources. You come over here to Classroom and go to Resources and Templates, then under here, YouTube Longform System is where the prompts are. You can scroll all the way down to the resource links, and then just click n8n template and download that. Then you would go over to a new workspace, and then you come up over here, and then you can import the entire workflow from the file, YouTube Longform JSON, and it will pop up right there. Or better yet, if you open it and copy and paste the JSON, you can just paste it right there. So first things first, in order to build this workflow, and I do have all the resources and templates in the Skool community, what we need is this Google Sheet right here, which is basically where the model will be pulling from and outputting to. We use this prompt right here in ChatGPT, and this is basically the prompt that generates the ideas for the video itself. So the topic for, in this case, is retired successful entrepreneur giving life advice. And if you wanted to change your channel topic, all you would have to do is cut this out and then place whatever you want. And the main theme for the content is stoicism, motivation, gym training. So you could change that whether you want to make a channel about cats or cars. The channel keywords right here, you would replace this also. So in this case, it's how to succeed, lessons on life, analogies for life, which are the keywords for this channel. So all we have to do right here, we'll copy and paste this prompt up to right here. And then we come to ChatGPT and paste that in there. And ChatGPT will give us the information needed for this template right here, for this Google Sheets template right here. So it gives us the structured table needed, and all we have to do from this point right here is just copy and paste this. The entire thing, make sure the whole thing is copied and pasted. And then we'll delete all this right here and come over here and just copy and paste what we got from ChatGPT. And as you can see, everything pulled out perfectly fine. Now we're back on n8n, and the first thing that we'll need is a schedule trigger in order to start the workflow. So for this trigger, we'll go ahead and set the intervals at every single day at midnight for the video's sake. And next up, we'll need the Google Sheets node in order to pull from the database that ChatGPT just helped us create. So we'll get rel in sheet, and you want the resource to be the sheet within a document. And for operation, will be get row, of course. And then right here, the document that you want to choose is the document that you named right here after you made a copy of it. So you make a copy of that document so that it'll be able to be found right here after you've connected your Google credentials. And if you don't know how to connect your Google credentials, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is follow the n8n documentation. And right here, you would select the YouTube Longform template, which would be the same as that right there. And once we've done that, we'll select from sheet 1, because on the Google Sheet itself, sheet 1 is where we'll be pulling the information from, which is the prompt that we just pulled out of a ChatGPT, and sheet 2 will be where the final video goes. So this right here would be the URL of the video for YouTube to grab. So the filter we'll be adding is production status, and the value for that we can just put production. And for options, you want to come down here and make sure you select return only first matching row, because you only want to grab one row at a time to make each video. And the reason for this workflow right here is because we're specifying exactly what columns to grab. So at this point, we should be able to test the step, and it should grab all of the Google Sheets and input it right over here. So we have to make sure we add a filter. So for the filter, the column will be production status, and then it'll be for production, which is listed right here under production status, and basically tells the workflow exactly which specific row to grab from. And then under here, we'll go add option, return only first matching row, so we'll only return the first row. Then we execute that step, we test the step, and then as you can see here in the table, it grabbed the first row of that table. So that's the idea right here. 5 lessons I learned after retiring rich. And here's the caption. In this video, I'll share the biggest lessons, yada yada, and it has all of that. So now what we need is a basic chain, a basic large language model chain. And right here is where we'll define exactly what the prompt will be. So for the prompt, come over here, and then we have to grab the prompt generator. So we copy this JSON format right here, and then we input that into there. And then it does require a specific output format. And then for the chat messages, the prompt right here will be this right here, this prompt generator system prompt. So we'll copy and paste all of that, come right back here, and then we'll paste that into the system. So we copy and paste the system prompt right here as an expression, and we can go ahead and check out the JSON and make sure everything's good. If anything is red, you can copy and paste this and input it into any large language model and see what the issue is, then repaste it into here. So once we've done that, what we need now is basically our large language model. So we come over here and we want Openrouter, which is basically just the AI platform with unified API access for many different large language models, open source. So we connect our credentials, which would just be your Openrouter API at Openrouter, I believe, .ai, and then we can select which model we want to use. And for this, we'll be using Gemini. Come over to free, make it as cost effective as possible. We don't need any of that, so we're good to go. So now next up, what we need is our output parser. So we come over here, grab the output parser. We'll take structured output parser and then generate from JSON sample, but delete all of this, come back to the system prompts and copy and paste this entire structured output parser up to right there. And then we paste that in from right here. And then again, we check it out, make sure everything's in the green, and we're good to go. So now at this point, we want to see if it's going to run, because we have the entire large language model. The agent is right here. We have the Google sheet in which is grabbing the information from, and we have the trigger. So we come over here to the agent and we execute this step. And at this point, what it should do is grab all the information from the row and then output it into what it's going to use to create the video. So right now we're testing the output, and let's see what it generates. So yes, it was successful. Right here, we have the image prompt and voice text for every single scene. We have a total of 9 scenes right here. So it's already generated all of that. And at this point, we'll go ahead and add another Google sheet, because the output is going to go directly back to that Google sheet on page 2. So we'll get row and sheets again, and then we will connect to the exact same Google sheet. But this time, instead of getting row from 1, we'll get row from 2. And the reason for that is because this is where the output goes in sheet 2. And it's basically telling the agent that this right here is the audio and this is the video that it will generate. And to set this next step up, we will have to go to JSON to video now. This right here is a JSON to video platform. You want to come over here to templates, then add new template, double click that. And then under scenes here, you add new element, video, add. And then you come over here to the video source URL. And right here, you can upload whatever video you want to here also. But for the sake of this video, we'll just keep it at motivation. And then what you'll do is you'll save it right here. And then yes, scale to fit. And then you would copy that URL right here. You would copy this URL and take it over to the Google sheet number 2. And then you would paste that video in right here. Paste that as a link. Make sure that it's as a link. And then next, you would come back over to JSON to video. Next, you would add your audio. So we'd add audio right here. Audio, add. You come over here. You can upload your URL. You could upload different videos. Right here, I already have one. So I'll click that, and then you save that. And then you copy and paste that URL for randomized audio. And then you copy and paste that URL over here for audio list. And you have to make sure that you copy it in as a link. So after all that's said and done, now you can come over to back to n8n and you can execute this step. And at this point, it will grab all of that information. And one more thing we have to do is actually add filter, and the filter will be to use and the value will be final. So go ahead and test that. As you can see, it has went ahead and grabbed row number 2 with the audio list to use, randomized audio, and grab the video also. So now what we can do is go ahead and send that HTTP request out. So we'll go and get the HTTP request node, and what it will do, it will post for us. And the URL right here, the URL we grab from the Google Doc that's attached to the Skool community. So we copy and paste that URL right here. Paste that right there. For authentication, it will be generic. Then for the authentication type, it will be header authentication. And then we come over here to set everything up. It should be x-API-key. And then on JSON, you would go to your settings to grab that API. Well, when you set up JSON to video, it will automatically give you your API key up front. You copy and paste that right there. And then we go to send body. And for body content type, we'll keep it at JSON. For specified body, using JSON. And then right here, we'll come over to this JSON2 post request, and then we'll copy and paste that right here. Then we'll go ahead and check that out. That's all good. And then again, if you see any red over here or any errors, you can go ahead and copy and paste all of this and post it into cloud and ask what's wrong. But we'll execute the step here, and right here, it should pull everything. So we execute the step, and yes, it was a success right here. So at this point, we'll go ahead and add a wait node. So yes, we're gonna wait after time interval, just put wait amount. We're gonna do 5 seconds to execute that step. True. So we go ahead and put that right there. So we add that wait node over here, and we want to make sure that the video is actually being generated. So what we'll do is we'll copy this HTTP request and we'll duplicate it right here and connect that. And instead of post, it will be get. Everything here stays the same. The only thing that I need to change is specify body will be used in fields below. And for that, we'll just put the project, and for value, you just come over here to project and you drag and drop that right over here. You could execute that step and everything executed successfully. So the video URL would be right over here. So everything executed perfectly apart from the fact that I just exceeded the quota of time in your plan. This right here is where the URL would go, but it doesn't really matter. I can show you guys the video that I made right before this. So next, what we would want is we would want a switch node. The switch node would basically tell us, will give us options on what to do in different situations. So for the value, we want to put status right here. And if the status is equal to, let's say, error, then we change that to error. Again, we add another one. If the status is equal to running, which would mean that the JSON to video is running, we just output name is running. And then there's a third status, which would be done. So we go ahead and drag that over and we say if it's equal to done, then we rename the output done. And at that point, we are done with the switch. So sometimes it may be an error for any given reason, like in this one, I ran out of credits. So right here, we have our 3 JSON to video statuses. If it is an error, then it's an error if it's running. Then what we want to do is we want to add a wait node right here, and we can wait for 5 seconds. We want to wait and tell the HTTP request that, hey, it's still running, so let's get that done. And if it's done, then we go ahead and add another Google Sheet, because it will be updating the row in sheet 1. So everything stays the same except the operation now was update row. And then long form YouTube template is the same, sheet 1. So yes, in sheet 1, this is the production status, and this will be the final output where the URL link goes. So now at this point where we would execute this step, what would happen is the video would completely generate, then it would upload to this Google Sheet right here, and then the output would be a video link, which was what this was right here.
Great achievements blossom slowly, needing persistent nurturing to thrive fully. Like bamboo bending in the wind, resilience is key to weathering life's brutal.
So now at this point, you would want to upload that YouTube video. So we set up another HTTP request. And it will be get that request, and what we would put right here for URL would be the URL from the video itself. It would already be it would be pushed through over here. So you would put the URL right here and then execute that step. Now at this point, we can add our YouTube node. And for this, we would put upload video. So you connect your credentials right here. And then for operation would be upload video. So of course the previous data didn't come through because I just ran out of credits on my free JSON to video account, but the title right here would be the idea from here, which would be a part of the extraction data right here. And then for the region code, you would just put wherever you're located. So I'll put United States. Right here, you would add the category of the type of video that you're uploading, basically your niche. And then for options, you could, right here, you would put description. For description, you would drag over for description, you would drag this over the caption. The caption would go over there. So you would just you would pull over the caption right there, the same way I did for the notes before, put caption right over here. And then right here, you would add another Google Sheet in order to update to the first sheet that a video has been posted. So you would update row again, this time from the same exact list, of course, this time from sheet 1. Map each column manually, come down here, you would add the ID, and then you would map the ID. You would map everything individually, but for here you only need the idea. On the last node, you would need the caption and idea. And then publishing status. So for publishing status, we'll do done, because we need an update right here for one of these 3. So once everything has uploaded and it has put the final output right here, it will change to done at this point. And right here, you would have a relatively simple AI agent that is able to generate videos for you automatically using JSON to video, and also upload them directly to your YouTube channel. So yeah, I wish I would have played around with it a little more to make it as pretty as the last one I just made, but nonetheless, it's the exact same workflow. So if you're interested in building and selling AI agents, or just learn about artificial intelligence in general, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below more videos that you would like to see, and be sure to click the link in the description to join the Skool community for access to all the templates, documents, and a lot more. See you guys in the next one.